We did a couple race runs yesterday, and our car didn't really react very good on 4 tires. And from what we learned up here in the spring race, 2 tires worked just fine on our car. And from what we learned at Loudon last week, and we promised Sterling we'd look up track position in the dictionary.
What did it say?
2 tires.
Okay, good.
So it's all about clean air. We're gonna hopefully get by this 25 car here and go up there and get 5 points and at least a couple laps.
There's a lot of crew chiefs worried about if we can go the entire distance of the race before it gets dark. Are you worried about that as well?
It's going to be close. I'm sure NASCAR do what they can do to get the whole race in, but we'll see how it goes and play it by ear. We're ready for 101 or lap 200 either way.
We'd love to see it go all 200, Dave.
And I'm standing by with Greg Zipadelli, crew chief for Tony Stewart, who runs in 5th. Greg, you guys came in for a pit stop, made an adjustment to help him rotate through the corner, but there's been a long delay. Do you know anything for sure about your car right now?
No, I don't. That's kind of why we elected to put 4 tires on the Home Depot Pontiac. I didn't want to put right sides and sit here and let them left sides cool off and then have it throw me, maybe later in the race. I figured we'll give up a little bit of track position now, know that we got 4 stickers on, and then we can work on our car again just to see how the track changed, make sure it wasn't my tires, and a combination of the track. So I think hopefully it'll pay off for us. We'll do our 2 tires if we need it later for track position. This is one of those places that you can get away with it, but Home Depot Pontiac was real good at the beginning. We made a lot of changes this morning. Probably the best we've been here yesterday afternoon, and then the way we started out this morning. So hopefully we can get a good day here.
A lot of racing to go to see how those changes will pan out. Matt?
Dave, Jeff Gordon's back in the 25th position. Now, Robbie, you took on 4 tires, a wedge adjustment, and air pressure to try to free up that race car, but he's been mired back in traffic. So how much does he really know how tight that race car is versus chassis versus aero?
That's the hardest part. We've seen it a lot of times with DuPont Chevrolet. When we're back there in traffic, we really struggle. But as soon as you get to the front, get clean air on, it's a whole different race car. I showed him the other night at the go-kart track how to get these restarts. We'll see what happens.
He certainly was very good on the restarts, although he cheated.
It's all going to come back to that go-kart race, isn't it? All right, here goes the leader, Morgan Shepherd. Going to peel off and go to pit road. And we are expecting 1 to go here when they come to the start-finish line. How about that?
Hallelujah.
Oh, I'm sorry, they're going to make it 2 to go. All right. 2 more laps, we'll go back racing.
All right, Rodney, I don't know what's so funny, but...
Well, Alan said 1, he can't count.
Oh,
we just all know that.
It's always my fault, somehow. We will get a restart when we come back to Pocono.
The Pennsylvania 500, presented by Pep Boys on TNT, is brought to you by Budweiser. With a crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. By Team Monte Carlo, the cars more champions depend on. Chevy, we'll be there. By the Home Depot, NASCAR's home improvement warehouse. And by Visa, the official card of NASCAR.
The Pennsylvania 500 got underway 4 hours ago. And we've only run 27 laps. Make it 30 now with a couple more under the caution to get it going again.
Okay, this time the Rodney Wise, the flagman, will give them the signal. Next time by, I'm going to throw the green flag, and you guys can get 4 wide, 5 wide. I don't care what they do down in turn 1. That's what Rodney's saying.
He's got a flag for everything.
He's got a flag for it all. That's right.
Let's see who comes in to top off the fuel on 1 to go. Robbie Gordon will duck in. Johnny Benson, Jeff Green, and Morgan Shepherd are the cars that dart into pit lane from the back of the pack. Let's mention that Brett Bodine took his car when they rolled off from the red flag on pit road onto the racetrack. He never even went out onto the racetrack. He hung a left and went right into the garage. Word is they are changing the rear gear on his Ford.
See Robbie Gordon coming in for just a splash of fuel. Okay, that means that Robbie Gordon is going to try to make it on about 3 more stops.
I'm going to let you do that.
And all the rest of them have got to stop 4 times. That's what that was all about. If this thing should go green.
Okay. Joe Nemechek is the leader. Remember, he came down pit road just as the caution was coming out for rain. Beat the pit road closed flag in, so that got him track position and 4 fresh tires. Then you've got Sterling Marlin and Dave Blaney, second and third. They took just 2 tires on their stop to get some track position. Tony Stewart is 4th. Jeremy Mayfield is 5th. Then we've got Ricky Rudd, Bill Elliott, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Spencer, and Mark Martin, who fill out the top 10. A little farther back, we've got Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Craven, Jerry Nadeau, John Andretti. The way that weather radar looked earlier today, I would have never believed this. The sun is out. We're going to go racing again.
A beautiful day in the Pocono Mountains. Now then, when these guys all running overdrive transmissions, you've got to give up something on the restart. You either got to start first gear, second gear. Which one do they choose? Sterling Marlin right now, he desperately wants to get in front and get those 5 bonus points. He might choose first gear for this restart.
2 hours later, we're green once again at Pocono.
That's right, Benny, and you have a little bit of advantage not starting in the front because you can lay back a little bit and try to anticipate it.
Here they go.
He's looking, but I don't think he's got enough steam.
Sterling Marlin on Dave Blaney for 2nd.
Blaney got a great run. He's trying to get by Sterling on the outside. Look at that 77 go.
That's right. Marlin was in front of Blaney. How did Blaney get to his outside on the front stretch?
Maybe he started in first gear and Sterling started in second gear.
Still a move left to block.
All right, here we go. 3 wide down the backstretch. 12, 28, 9.
Who gives? Usually the guy on the outside.
The guy on the outside is going to give.
Here comes Jimmy Spencer, the bullseye. He is moving forward.
Now the problem is with Jimmy now, he's out of the draft. All those cars lined up on the right side of the racetrack, and he's stuck on the inside. That ain't going to get it done.
Now all the cars get back in line. First car trying to get on the inside, make it too wide is Jerry Nadeau in 44.
That'll be the 14th place that he's trying to take from Ricky Craven. Here comes Tony Stewart. Got a run on Dave Blaney for 3rd.
Remember, Tony Stewart, the 20 car, those guys changed 4 tires. The other cars from the top 4 all changed 2.
Kind of a feeling out process is going on in the track now. The rubber all washed off, the rain.
Yeah, everybody is trying to get a handle on what they're doing, and I don't think the crew chiefs are not asking the drivers quite yet how their car is. They'll wait for another 10 or 15 laps. The track has definitely changed a little bit. Every time you get rain, it washes off a little rubber, changes the track surface.
Approaching 200 mile an hour at the end of that front stretch. Here's Ryan Newman challenging Jeremy Mayfield for 5th place.
Jeremy Mayfield moves up the hill as Ryan Newman cannot get on the inside to take that preferred line on the bottom.
Newman kind of in a Dodge sandwich there in between the Evernham cars, Mayfield and Bill Elliott, in the 19 and 9 respectively. Can he turn it under him? Not quite. Jimmy Johnson after Mark Martin for 10th. John Andretti next in the yellow hooded car, 43. Ricky Craven in the Tide Ride. Jerry Nadeau now in that 44.
And Bobby Hamilton in the 55 car. Hamilton has got a terrific run going today. As we see Ricky Rudd. Oh,
hang on,
boy.
Ricky.
Whoa, was that close?
Glove saving a beauty.
Man, oh man. Bill Elliott, all they could be going, that was close.
That was loose end.
And Rudd's heart's going boom, boom, boom. Here comes Dale Jarrett on Jimmy Spencer. And the big brown truck. Well, I thought he was through. You're not supposed to do that on the outside, Jimmy.
I tell you what, that outside groove down in turn 1 is just getting better and better.
Yeah.
Thing about it is, this is where right here, Jimmy's hanging really tough on the outside. Got a little bit loose getting off the 3 there.
Here comes Ryan Newman on Jeremy Mayfield. That'll be 5th place.
And Tony Stewart has closed up right on the back bumper of Sterling Marlin, and I know that Glover and Lee McCall and all those guys are saying, come on, Sterling, get those 5 bonus points before Tony Stewart gets by us. I'm not too sure he can do that.
Ricky Rudd hanging in there in 8th place, but boy, did he have a scare down in turn 1 just a second ago.
He definitely had his hands full. On board with him. Watch him go down the corner and listen.
That doesn't look like much, but believe me.
It was big. It was real big.
It was a moment.
Big moment.
Yeah. But Rudd's gathered it up, and he's closing back in on Mayfield for 7th place. And we look a little bit farther back.
And Sterling, he's there now.
On 2 tires.
And Nemechek has 2 tires. Tony Stewart, on the other hand, has 4. You would think. But again, Tony Stewart's in that aero push land, and that has affected his car dramatically.
And Marlon, if you're not familiar with the system that's used to determine the Winston Cup Championship, when you lead a lap during the race, you get 5 bonus points toward that championship. The driver who leads the most laps gets another 5 bonus points. So Marlon wants to get out front, get that lap-led bonus points knocked off and in the books for the day. Then he doesn't have to worry about it until we get closer to the end of the race.
I just used the phrase aero push. And you see Tony Stewart moving high on the racetrack. That helps that aero push problem. When you pull up right behind another car and you can't get all that air across your car and create the downforce that you need for the grip that you need on the racetrack. When you ride in that wake, we call that an aerodynamic push. You turn the steering wheel and the car wants to continue going straight because of aerodynamics. And you'll hear us use that phrase, and we see Sterling Marlin getting a run on Nadu. You'll hear us use that phrase many times before this day is over.
Nemechek, you big dummy.
Did I say Nadu?
Yes, you did.
Thank you very much, Wally. Straighten me out.
And I think also Sterling looked like he got Joe Nemechek a little bit loose. And when you're talking about aero push, that was aero loose right there. He pulled up right on the back of Joe's car and got the car loose. And that's perfect. That's a great place to do it over turn 2 if you can get it there.
And Sterling got those 5 points that Alan just told you about just a moment ago. Here goes Tony on the outside. Look out.
That 25 car was bouncing around down the bottom, wasn't he? Wow. Looking down on Pocono Raceway, courtesy of the United States Army, an Army of One, a much nicer view than it was earlier in the day when the fog and the rain was here. 7th place.
Jeremy Mayfield losing positions by the 2s. Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, both going by.
And remember, those 2 cars, the 28 and the 88, those were the 2 that settled the win among themselves back in June here, just 6 weeks ago.
Dave, what's going on with the 19 car?
Benny, I just checked with his crew chief, Ray Evernham. He's also the car owner. He told me that he was a little loose earlier, and now he's real loose. That was after the adjustment they made during the pit stop to tighten the car up. So I asked Ray if it was the track, and he said he didn't know, but now it's much looser than it was before.
And again, Mayfield losing 2 positions there a moment ago. He's back to 9th place now. He started in the number 4 spot. Rudd and Jarrett, the Yates teammates. For how long? At the end of this season, that's the big question.